Hi there, my name is Toby, and today I want to tell you a personal experience, perhaps one of my deepest meditation experiences that I've had. And this goes back, maybe 20 years, and it's really an experience of meditation I've had inside very deep crystal caves in Thailand. And when I tell you this story, I also hope to explain to you more about meditation. What am I doing when I meditate, and what am I trying to share on this channel? Because of course I'm trying to share my ideas about how to meditate, how the energy works, how we can train our body and our mind to develop this energy and increase our experience of it, because it's a real thing. The life is energy, and we're just not experiencing it enough. We have to internalize our awareness a bit more to get in touch with the energy and feel it in our body. Because once we can feel this energy, experience it, the whole world changes for us. We get a totally different idea about the universe and our place here on Earth. So let me tell you the story. So again, about 20 years ago, we were in Thailand, and we're on mainland Thailand, and there's the national park. So my wife and I, we went to visit the national park. It was about an hour's drive or so, hour and a half's drive from our hotel. And it's a magnificent natural place, mountains, jungles, and they've got caves. And they've got one big cave in there, massive caves. So you take a long walk to find this cave. It's a huge cave, with an entrance that you can walk in, big entrance. But inside this cave is massive, and they've built a pagoda inside the cave. And there's a hole at the top of the cave where the light comes down onto the pagoda. Absolutely magical. The energy was so powerful. But my wife and I, we're both very much tuned into the energy. So when we got to that place, we were there all by ourselves, no one there. And we just went in so quietly, walked around so slowly, so quietly, just feeling the energy of it. Absolutely magical, powerful energy of this thing. And a beautiful pagoda. Again, this is all old world architecture. This is built with a certain metaphysical science. So the pagoda itself would have some energy in its own geometry. So that's why this thing was so powerful. It had the geometry of the cave, the natural forces, together with this man-made created geometry of a pagoda. But very clever geometry, beautiful geometry, but it had a power to it, and we could feel it. And even when we left that place, it's like I nearly wanted to take a stone with me, just take one stone from this place as a memento. But as I came to the edge of the boundary, I thought, I can't take it. I have to leave the stone. That's how powerful this place was, how sensitive we were to the energy. And then we carried on walking around this place, and we found another cave. So there's another cave there. It was like a hole in the ground. And then there's a deep hole going all the way down. There's a long ladder. So it's just a vertical metal ladder going down this hole in the ground. And it's a long ladder, maybe 3 stories, a 3-story house, that sort of length. And it's very steep. So that was too dangerous for my wife. She's not going down there. But of course I had to go down. So I went down the ladder, just had a look at the bottom, just see, okay, there's a cave, I can go off there. And then I came up. But that was just so powerful down that cave, I had to go. But again, too much for my wife. So we went back to the hotel, and the next day I took the car by myself early in the morning, drove back up to this national park to go to the cave. Leaving my wife there, she was very worried about me. She said, please be careful. And I thought, that'd be fine. But she was right to be worried. It was very, very dangerous. So anyway, when I get to the national park, there's a little office. So you go to the office and you can pay 10 baht or something, 50 pence, and they give you a little light, a helmet with a light on it, and then off you go. Off you go. So off I went to the cave. There's no one there. This place is isolated in the middle of nowhere. If anything happened to me, there's no way anyone could find me. So anyway, but I had no fear. And off I went to this cave and went down the hole, down the ladder, and switched the light on. Now, it's important to understand, before I tell you a bit more about what that experience was like, at that time I was doing so much energy work, so much meditation, so much Chi. I was doing Tai Chi every morning, and I spent about 4 years doing Tai Chi on a daily basis for about 1 hour. And I would do the Tai Chi very early in the morning, and I would dress up very warm. So come, winter or summer, I'd dress up very warm, layers and layers of clothes so that I would sweat. I would have I'd put weights on my arms, weights on my ankles. So now I've got resistance to my body. So that it's hard work. And I'm doing the Tai Chi so slowly that it takes me an hour. The only way I could handle the weights is by using the Chi. So I'm using an isometric tension that I talk about, but it's not work, it's the Chi, it was the energy. So, and again, I'm building the heat up inside. And furthermore, I'd also have a blindfold. I'd put a blindfold on, and I'd also have, ear guards. Sound, get rid of the sound, put these things on the ears. So I was doing it with sensory deprivation, so that I could go totally inside and experience my energy body, my spirit. And to get the most out of that, to really activate the pineal gland, you need to go into sensory deprivation. It's like a deep sleep. And it's a serious thing in the Taoist practice. If you look at Mantak Chia, I talk about him a lot. He's probably the most famous Taoist master, but he's the real deal. You can read any of his books, all good stuff. And he runs workshops he has a center in Thailand. He runs workshops, darkness retreats, where they go into darkness. So you can have a 3-day retreat in total darkness, or you can have 1 week, or they even have 2 weeks. 2 weeks retreat in total darkness. So there's no light for 2 weeks. And of course, everyone looks after you. There's a team that look after you. They've got night vision goggles. So they'll feed you, do everything, take you here and there. And all you're doing for 2 weeks is practicing the Chi, meditating. And what happens is after 1 or 2 days of darkness, what happens is the pineal gland activates. It stimulates the pineal gland, and now you start to get visions, psychedelic experiences. And the melatonin, basically it triggers melatonin because there's no sunlight. Melatonin triggers the pineal gland, and now you get visions. So it's like a natural psychedelic experience. No substances, it's come from your own meditation, your own training, and the fact that you're in darkness. But we never did that retreat. We thought about it, but it's too long, too much, and we're already doing it. I do it all the time. I was already doing that. So I do it every night anyway. And we also spend a lot of time, both my wife and I, meditating in sensory deprivation in a flotation tank. You can also do these flotation tank experiences. So that's the ultimate. You've gone into darkness, but you're just floating and total relaxation. You want to go to the absolute dead pose, and you're floating, so your body disappears, no sound, no light. And usually those experiences, they do 1 hour, but we would do 3 hours. So we would do that fairly often, 3-hour sensory deprivation in a flotation tank. So that's even more powerful than these 2-week retreats. So we're already doing that. Plus I was already doing it in my Tai Chi every day. Blindfold, sound off, early in the morning, inside my body, but inside total deprivation, sensory deprivation. And I would have very powerful experiences. You see, I was trying to develop my energy body. I was trying to connect to the earth, the universe around me. That's what I'm trying to do in meditation. Connect to the universe, become one with the universe. Then there's so much energy. That can come to you. So when I would do my Tai Chi, I'm connecting to the earth, the ground beneath me. I'm grounding myself, and I would grip my feet on the floor and even slide my feet through the mud, grinding my legs on the floor. So it's like I'm very heavy, stuck to the ground. And I'd be projecting my energy deep, deep into the earth, feeling that connection of the earth. And at the same time, I was connecting to the stars, the cosmos, visualizing the light above me. And I'd have so many experiences in that Tai Chi, visions. Sometimes I would feel I'd touch deep in the ground. I'd feel the power of the earth. I'd had visions of crystals, things like that. Sometimes I'd feel the light from the cosmos. Light pops in my head. Sometimes I'd feel like I'm floating above my body doing the Tai Chi, out of body experience. Sometimes I'd feel like my body was big, expanded my aura so that I become very, very big on the planet Earth. The Earth has got smaller, I've got bigger, and I've got a huge energy body stretching up into the cosmos. So I'd have all these powerful experiences of the energy body, the spirit world, doing my Tai Chi anyway. And at the end of my Tai Chi, I would find a tree. I had a particular tree. I'd always train in the same place. So that place where I spent 4 years doing Tai Chi, well, there's 2 or 3 places. But I spent so long training in that exact spot. And even though it's 20 years ago now, even if I were to go back there now, I would find that spot. And I'd do my exercises and I would tune in to all that training. You see, this is how the physical world and the spiritual world connect. To me, that place where I train is a magic place. If I go back there, if I go back to that tree, because I'd always go to the same tree and do my meditation on the tree, it would have power to me. Even if I went there, tomorrow I'd go there, I'd tune in, it would bring back all those memories. So I'd train with this tree at the end, and I'd connect to the tree, do my breathing, and I'd use the tree to go deep into the earth. So I'd use the trunk of the tree, feel it go down the roots into the earth, and because the tree goes deeper than me, I connect to the tree and I could go deep, deep into the earth. And sometimes I'd feel myself go way down deep, powerfully deep into the earth, and find like caves, like I said, crystals, and I'm trying to reach the center of the earth. A long way to go to the center of the earth. And then also the branches of the tree go up to the cosmos. So I'd expand my consciousness up with the tree. So that's how I'd be doing my meditation, connecting to the universe. The earth and the heavens is 2 aspects, heaven and earth. There's always the yin and the yang. There's gravity and there's light. Gravity is the earth, light is the cosmos. There's the yin and the yang, electricity and magnetism. It always comes in these 2 things. They're always together, but there has to be a movement, a dynamic. That's why there's both yin and yang. So I'd done all this training, and then we went to Thailand for this cave. So I knew this cave, this is a chance for me to touch the earth, go deep into Mother Earth and experience it. So I had no fear. I was fearless. Right now, maybe I wouldn't be quite so fearless doing that. So I went down in this cave, and I put the light on, and I mean, it's pitch dark. There's nothing in this cave except there was insects. They had these big spiders and they like scorpions, like a cross between a scorpion and a spider, about this big. And they were around, but again, I had no fear. This to me was all Mother Earth. These insects, if one would come on me, I would be quite happy. Hello. This to me, it was all energy, all energy. And inside this cave were crystals, a lot of calcite crystals, stalagmites, stalactites, waterfalls, areas where there's just loads of, the whole thing was crystal. And it was not an easy path. I thought, maybe just a long path. The path was up and down here, up and, there was a steep precipice. If you take a wrong step, you stumble, you're going to fall down, that's the end of it. Had to climb up bits, go down bits. So about 2 hours to go through this whole cave system. But it was so magical when the light, just looking around in the big areas, just sparkling crystals everywhere, light sparkling. But it was total silence. But in my head, it was buzzing. My ears were ringing, like buzzing, ringing in my ears. Because the crystals, there was so much energy in the crystals, and I was so tuned into the earth force, the life force, the energy of the planet, that I was just buzzing. There was no silence for me. It was just like blazing noise in my head. So powerful. And I got to about the midpoint, and then I found a place to sit down. A couple of these little scorpion spiders around, and I sat down and I turned the light off. And that's when I did the meditation, deep, deep meditation. I sat very still, trying to connect to the earth, total silence, way in the middle of nowhere. The power. And like I said, there was no silence for me, just ringing in the ears. And it is so dark. Open the eyes, close the eyes, open the eyes. You can't tell the difference. You literally could not tell the difference. So in there was total sensory deprivation. But I was underground, already deep underground, and filled with these crystals, the energy of the crystals. Oh my God, the power. It was extraordinary. And then I carried on. Again, I must have had so many experiences in there. I can't remember them all, but I'm telling you the main one. And at the very end, towards the end of this, I came to a big chamber, and there was a waterfall, again, crystal, solid waterfall, not water, just, you know, sparkling calcite crystals, big stalagmites. And I found this big stalagmite that goes from the top and the bottom. It's like a tree, literally the size of a tree trunk. So I went over to that stalagmite and stood in my embracing the tree position. That's the position I would hold. You've got to get the right body structure for the energy to travel through. Again, you see, this is where it's tricky. Meditation is in the mind, but if you unify your body and mind, it's the most powerful one. The body connects to the earth, so I have to use the body to connect to the earth force. The mind and the pineal gland, that's in the dream, that separates off. So I'm always trying to unify. This is the most powerful way. This is the way to actually activate the life force. So I'm standing in the posture holding this stalagmite. And I'm using the stalagmite to connect deep to the earth. Now I can go deeper. See, when I was training with the tree, I got pretty deep. I could feel how deep I go, but I knew there's deeper. To get to the center of the earth, that's quite tricky. To really feel, really feel your energy field, your aura, stretch down deep, deep to touch, you know, the molten core of the earth or whatever's down there. I'm not sure what's at the center of the earth. We don't really know. So here I had a better chance. So I stood in the tree pose, connected to the stalagmite, started to project down. But I've got a deep love. I'm feeling the love of Mother Earth. This is a real passionate experience for me. It's real love. I don't know how to describe it. So I'm very gentle. I'm gently projecting my energy down. You know, I'm respectful of Mother Earth, the energy. So I'm going down with care, with love, listening to Mother Earth, you know, feeling it. And I get really deep. And I felt I was going deeper and deeper than ever before. It's like I'm being sucked down. And I felt like I was reaching the center of the planet Earth. And there was a moment when I thought, oh, I've touched the center. And the very moment I touched the center of the Earth, they had bats down there. I hadn't really seen them yet, but that's the point when I saw the bats. I heard the bat, whip, whip, whip. That's the very first time I heard the bats, is when I touched the center of the earth. So I was there like that, I touched it, boop, and then I heard the bat, whoop, whoop, whoop. And to me that was, I actually connected to Mother Earth, and Mother Earth was answering, through the bats. There's the shamanic way. The different life forms don't matter, we're all connected. I was one with that bat, or the bats at the time. They're a different life form, a different being, but we're not different beings. We're all one being, one life form. And I was connecting my energy to Mother Earth with the power of the crystals going deep down. And then, of course, I came back. It's like I reached it, and then came back. And, the energy I felt. And then I had to carry on the rest of the way out. And the last bit was just like an incline. It's not a path. It's just like I don't know where the hell I am. I just see a glimmer of light, and I thought, I've got to go up there. But it's like loose rocks, so you have to climb up these loose rocks through this incline and then squeeze through the crack a bit. I don't think it was a bit small, but you could get through it, but you had to crawl through it. And then I come out on the mountain again, but I've got no idea where I am. Oh God, so dangerous. But then I just had to walk around until I could find where I was and then go back. So the whole thing was maybe 3 hours, the whole experience, and I drove back another hour. And again, my poor wife was so worried about me. But of course I was fine. And I've had so many experiences in meditation, I can't describe them all. But that was one of my most powerful ones. And one day I might talk about my experiences in sensory deprivation in the flotation tank. But if ever you get a chance to do a flotation tank, it's well worth a go. You can just do 1 hour, just go into deep relaxation, sensory deprivation, go inside, try and feel your energy body, let go of your mind. Go inwards towards your own soul. That's the secret. Go inwards towards yourself. Once you can find yourself, you connect to reality. The planet Earth is reality. You see, when you connect to planet Earth, I'm collecting to reality. It's not off with the fairies. See, most people go into daydreaming. Now you're disconnected from reality. You connect to real energy. These crystals are real physical things, but they amplify spirit. They amplify light. And that is also a real thing. The cosmos, the stars, are real. The light coming down is real. So you're connecting to real energies, but you're connecting to your own center. You're condensing it into yourself. And that will build your energy body, build your soul power, your aura. So I hope this little story made sense. I wanted to share it with you and also make a record of it, because I've never actually described this story in such a way that I've got a, like this. So now I've got a record of the story. And somewhere I've got some photographs in the loft that I took in these caves. So one day, if I can find the photographs, I might do another one and show you the photographs. But I can't find them now, and it's too difficult to find them. But thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this little story I wanted to share with you. And I hope and look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.